My name is Jack Kupferman, speaking on behalf of Civil Society Mechanism of the ECE. In many countries of our region, we note with concern the closing of civil society space and repression of voices, increasingly authoritarian and intolerant leaders, gender violence, and failure to take account of the concerns of already marginalized constituencies. Civil society calls for partnership and meaningful participation between governments and all citizens without distinction, so that all will benefit from full implementation of the SDGs. COVID-19 has had a horrifying impact on older people. 8 out of 10 deaths were among older persons, leaving widows and broken families. Then there is the tragedy of neglect among those needing long-term care. Their voices are not sought for progress in SDG implementation. We have platitudes galore, but little action and even a stated commitment. The situation is emblematic of the problem facing most left-behind civil society constituencies. Protection of human rights, health, legitimate participatory government, and social care are being sorely tested today. Respect and space for civil society voices must be enhanced. All citizens, including all those requiring social care and considered vulnerable, must be included as equal partners in SDG planning, implementation, and monitoring. COVID-19 exposed inequities in every realm. Building back transformatively, prioritizing health and well-being must be inclusive, generous, and equitable. We call for multi-year core operating support and funding, which encourages collaboration rather than competition. We should focus on people historically marginalized on the basis of age, gender, identity, class, caste, sexual orientation, indigenous origin, race, ethnicity, disability, or religion. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Jack Kupferman, president of Gray Panthers and representing the stakeholder group on aging. The devastating impact of COVID-19 dominates our debates. Let's remember that 8 out of 10 COVID deaths have been of older persons. Although mortality amongst men is higher, COVID-19 is a widowmaker, leaving widows without land, health, and social protection. And what about the neglect in care homes and isolation in older age due to the lockdowns? How have the regions responded to older people given the paucity of age disaggregated data? Do we even know? But we do all know that aging is our common future. The SDGs cannot be achieved without improving the well-being of older persons, which are the fastest growing population group in the world. Not all member states collect and use age disaggregated data covering all ages. Age-inclusive healthcare services, long-term care, social protection measures, and nutrition support is often absent. Ageist employment practices and gender-based inequities are the norm. Despite mounting evidence, actions to address elder abuse, violence, and neglect are wanting. In the Asia-Pacific region, older persons have been prioritized on papers, but what about implementation? In Latin America, growing older brings increased invisibility and marginalization. In Africa, lack of age disaggregated data ensures that needs assessments and age policy is age blind. In the ECE, the scale of death has not led to long-term policy to